Hello and welcome to digitalSyn Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is episode 30. Yeah, episode 30, I know, cool, huh? Of the New Frontier. So, the last episode I said to people, vote for whether you wanted to keep the map, etc. My thoughts were to keep the map. It's now been 4 days since that, 4 or 5 days. I thought I'd give everybody a few days to, see if anybody would comment. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting anybody to comment. However, Itchy, the guy who builds this mod pack, he commented saying that what we could do is just upgrade to the latest pack and put TSN Craft back in. And then obviously I got one person, and thank you so much for commenting. I mean, what can you do? One person commented. One person. So that's one more than actually I was expecting, to be honest. I know that's so sad, but that was one more than I was expecting. So thank you very, very much, Levick. I think that's right, Levick26, who voted for a no reset. So thank you very much for voting. I really do appreciate it. It's good to actually get some comments. So yeah, thank you. So what I've done is I upgraded to version 26, I think it is, of the New Frontier. I've had a slight problem. So yesterday I upgraded it. Today I continued to try and fix it, and I finally found out what the problem was. There was an issue with one of the, I suppose, mods, mechanism. So in mechanism it adds a whole load of new ores, etc. And one of the ingot values was conflicting with something else. Now, I'm not a very mod packy type person. I play these things. I develop in C# and I develop in .NET. Java, I don't do. So when it comes down to the basics, I can do it. However, when it comes down to being a little bit more tricky, yeah, that ain't going to happen. So what I ended up doing was added in TSN Craft, or TSCon. I added that back in so that we could keep the biome, and then I removed mechanism. Now I did that purely and simply to get the pack back, so that it would stop crashing. I will obviously keep upgrading, and hopefully at some point in time we'll be able to get rid of TSCon or TSCraft or whatever it's TSN Craft or whatever it's called, and we will put mechanism back in. However, I will continue to work on trying to get mechanism in. I've been reading forums and that kind of stuff, so I'm sure we will get it in there at some point. So right now though, just so that I can put another video out there, because this is the series that most people seem to like, so just to get the video out there, we are going to use this version 26 with TSCon Craft, or TSCon whatever it is, and without mechanism. So that's it. However, everything else still works, which is really, really cool, because when I did upgrade it, I mean, I could walk around, I could, do whatever I wanted to. But as soon as I went into one of the crafting systems, like refined, or even into my crafting grid, it just kept crashing, and it was because of one of the recipes for my mechanism. So I removed it. Simple. Anyway, without further ado, what were we doing last time? We was doing quartz, which actually has come a hell of a long way. Our quartz production is through the bloody roof. We had about 1.5 thousand or something, never quartz, the little quartz dust stuff. We've now got an automatic crafting recipe downstairs, so that we can continue to, automatically change it into what we're going to be using it for, which is quartz, never quartz. So down here we've got an automatic crafting recipe. So if we go in there, the automatic crafter, every time that gets enough stuff, it will then create 12 more. So that's quite cool. I ran into an issue with the power. It seems like some of these transfer things aren't working that well, as you can see. it doesn't. It seems that one of the updates, it's given a new block. I mean, this is just because there's no texture in the texture pack or the resource pack. However, for some reason, what I've had to do is upgrade the farming area because the power stopped being transmitted through these. Now, those things there are these. So it's, well, actually it's these ones and these ones. So the second cable and the third cable and the last cable. So for some odd reason, it would not power the farms, which is quite annoying. So what I've had to do is run XNet cable into an XNet controller, as you can see. And in the XNet controller, there is an advanced power cell linked to it, which... Okay, wasn't expecting that. Oh, it's the controller, okay. Yeah, so there we go. So if we click on this, you can see that we've got an insert on energy here. We've got an extract for energy there. I don't know why they're not showing up, but they are working, as you can see, because these things are all getting power, which is kind of cool. So at the moment, the power distribution for the farms is working via the power cell linked up to a controller and then linked into the XNet network and then distributed via XNet. Now, that has some benefits in that I can create localized kind of power distribution centers or power distribution, which is kind of cool. Very cool for this kind of stuff. Also, we get rid of some of this wire and cable and stuff if I went underneath and redid the power. So ultimately what I will do is redo the power because look, there is no power being transferred on this. I mean, literally the only reason that these are getting powered is because they have a power cell right next to it downstairs. Now, obviously, these things do not draw their own power. Okay, so the entire power for the refined network comes from this block here. Okay, see? This is powered directly by a power cell onto it. Now, everywhere we've got power feeding to it, these cables are not working. They are not transferring power. So I've got to rip out everything and replace it so that I can feed the power around. But like I said, that gives us the ability to then do localized networking. So I could have one for down here just to transfer the power to there, and then maybe, you know, along here to power these things, to power this stuff. At the moment, I mean, we're good for power generation because the solar panels take care of most of it. However, this is our backup system. So if for any reason it goes dark, that's our backup. It's kind of not good that our backup is not working. So we've got, you know, all of this stuff as well that requires power. Just because we haven't used it yet is the only reason that the power still remains within that part of the system. And again, here as well, you know, we haven't used this system, hence the reason why the power, you know, it still has power. So that's kind of priority, I think. Well, one of my priorities, definitely, is to try and get power back into the network, but using XNet. Now, obviously, we've done it for the farms over in the corner, which is absolutely brilliant. I was going to go with the red cables, because I kind of like the red cables, but we can feed off of here anyway. Now, the good thing about the advanced power cell system is we've already got localized chunks. So we've already got the power coming from upstairs down into here, but via the internal RF tools network, which is awesome. So all we now need to do is just hook up the cables so that we can then distribute the power effectively, which is essentially what this stuff has been doing and has now stopped doing. However, I'm a little bit pissed that it stopped because some of these cables were blocks of diamonds. I mean, yeah, right. We don't exactly need diamond right now. You know, we're not short of a few diamonds. However, it's just really, really frustrating that now it breaks. You know, we could have, you know, I think it would have been nice if it didn't. However, you know, that's what you get for upgrading to the latest mod packs or whatever, you know. So, oh well, shit happens. We will, yeah. Dude, guys, dudes, whoever, it doesn't really matter. We'll fucking sort it. Although I'm not really happy that this takes so bloody long. My god, that takes ages. What about a wrench? I don't know if we can use a wrench. We've got a digitalSyn craft wrench. I was right, it is digitalSyn craft. My god, that's even fucking slower! Me and this shit is not gonna get on. Where's this stuff come from? Solar flux. So if I do at solar flux, maybe there's a wrench for this shit. No, because that would be stupid. I'm really not happy that it broke. I mean, look at the amount of stuff that we've got in here for solar. Oh, sorry, for solar reflux. Look at this. The cables that we've... Never mind. Never mind. Right, let's get this shit. Right. So we can craft the green ones. We need to be able to craft the red ones because I want to use red for power. Now I know that it doesn't really matter what we use, but it would be nice to use the red for power. I might as well, while I'm here, do the yellow and the green. And the... Really? Routing network cable. Okay, I don't know what that stuff is, but then there's a lot of stuff that I don't actually know works in this. So... Okay, so let's go back to XNet. Because we're going to need all the extra stuff as well, so, you know, like all this kind of stuff. I want to see if we've got some stuff already. I think we have. Yeah, we got some green connectors. We can already do a controller, and we can do an advanced connector. And these things as well, which are connector upgrade kits. So that's kind of cool. So they're good. However, we do need the red connectors, which would be nice. The yellow connectors we will, and the green, and so we'll do that. And we'll also do the routing, I think they are there. Yeah, they're routing connectors. Should we do the advanced ones? Well, we've got the upgrade connected kits, so no, we don't really need it. Basic flux or okay, source energy. Kind of cool. XNet, so router. I don't know what a router is, so I'm going to kind of ignore it for the moment. That should be enough. That should get us going with all of the pieces that we need, and we should be able to, you know, make our own bits or grab whatever bits we need then to keep us going, which would be quite cool. So what we do need is some red cables. So we need 64 red cables. Nice. We've got some connectors. We are going to require those to be upgraded. We'll do 20 connectors. Circular dependency loop in processing. Okay, so that connector has a loop, I'm guessing. Circular dependency. Okay, so what's needed for that? A connector? Okay, so a green connector. There we go. Right. I've worked it out. Because I'm stupid. Let's go with the green. And we'll take the blue one out as well. Right, so what I did was, if you guys were paying attention, you will know exactly what I did, and that is I picked the wrong bloody connector. So with the yellow connector, I need to pick the green with the yellow, not the yellow with the yellow. That's probably a good idea. And then obviously with the green connector, a green gives you a green. Kind of stupid. A green gives you a green. Right, so we should already have a connector in here. Yeah, we do. Look, see? We can already create a connector. We don't need that one. We don't need that light green one. So we're going to ignore it. However, we do need the red. We've done the yellow. We do, however, need the red. So let's do a red connector. And we're going to take green, and there we go. Right, so now that should sort out the cyclic dependency. We're going to chuck these back in there because, well, the easiest way to store them. And we're going to go down the end and add that back into the network. Right, so that one can come out and come back in. Put those and put those in there as well, so we can fill those ones up. Nice. Okay, so now will that remove the cyclic redundancy? Please tell me it will, because we need some more of these. There we go. So yeah, pretty stupid, but you know, you live, you learn. Connector, red connector. Really? That's a connector, and that's a red connector. Wow. Same ID, different name. That's nuts. Anyway, so that's mad. What the hell? What? Oh, yeah. I don't know whether I did or not, but I made a railgun. I know that I was in the comments one day, somebody said, make a projectile turret. Holy shit, I made a railgun instead. You can hear this fucker from, like, ages away. However, holy shit, it's awesome. So if we go in there, see if we can find a mob to annoy. There we are. Right, so come on. Come on, you dick. See this guy? Yeah, come on then. Right, so this guy's going to run over here, and he's going to get within range of the projectile turret pretty quick. Look at that! That is awesome! One shot, one kill. Oh my god, I love that thing. I've got one of them, and I haven't had a problem with anybody getting into my base, or anything getting into my base. It's freaking awesome. So, yeah, freaking awesome. I love it. It is awesome. Right, so what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were gonna, let's go replace that stuff. So we'll go up, put it in here. There we go. Right, okay. So we have our connectors, which is kind of cool. So we'll have, let's put one connector on there, and then we'll put, oh no, I don't need another connector, I need a cable. So let's get some cables. We'll run the cables down there. Because we've got to hook up the coffee machine. I mean, come on. Everybody needs coffee. Especially in the morning. So we've got to have the coffee machine back. So what we'll do is we will run... I'm guessing we will run the connector here. And then... Right, so what we do need is we need an XNet controller. Okay. So everything in XNet starts with a controller. Now, you can link it to an original controller, so you can link it to somebody else, like another controller. However, I've found that if you want localized networks, it's kind of nice if you kind of have your own controllers for each section. That's the only reason, really, I went with a farm with a connector. Yeah, I could have just connected it up to the one that's actually controlling the Empower. I could have run the cables all the way from there, and then I could have gone down there and then configured it from there. But I'm thinking we'll localize all of these because it looks better. Plus, it's easier to manage. So, grab that out, put that in. So if we put that on there, wow, not what I was expecting. Fair enough. Okay, let's take that off of there for a moment and find one we've got an output side on. Right, well, we've got an output side here. There we go. Now that's filling up with RF. That's perfect. Okay, so what you do is you have to use a connector to connect to the bits that you want. So we're going to need one to the actual controller and one to the power. So we're going to do one to the controller. Is that one to the power as well? I'm not entirely sure. I think so. Let's try it and see. So that's one connector, but is it doing two things? It is. Perfect. Okay, so that block there we can set to an output block. So we do need a wrench. Go find a wrench. An RF tools wrench. Because that's an RF tools thing, I think. Yep. Not really what I want, is it? That's not it. Maybe that's the wrong wrench. Yeah, that's actually additions. I need a RF tools wrench. At RF tools. There you are, that's the wrench I need. I need a smart wrench. Right, so let's do. There we go. Input, output. Perfect. So now if we go back to here, we're going to use edit channel 1, which are going to create an energy channel. Okay. Now we've got our energy channel. We are going to extract from here, and we are going to insert on those ones. Perfect. We're going to use the flat version as well because I don't like it. Right, cool. So, ignore redstone, enable on color, which we don't want. Alright, that should be all good. Perfect. Okay, so now upstairs should be getting power. Doesn't need any RF at the moment, so that's cool. Okay, so there we have it. Right, so now what we're going to do is we need to run it to the machines that we've got in here. And we don't have any machines, really, that require RF that are going to be above ground. So if I remove all of the cabling that is above ground, we're going to go underground with our cabling because I know that there is quite a lot underneath. I think I did it that way because it was looking really, really bad. However, now I'm regretting it. This is why you make shit look pretty at the very, very end when you've built a room. But, you know, never mind. It happens. Right, I'm going to leave that there for the moment because I don't need to worry about it, to be honest. It's, you know, not doing anything. So let's kill some of this floor so that we can get down into the guts of the cabling. Like this part here. I know that part goes down there. Right, cool. So let's kill off all of the pink cable because that ain't doing shit anymore. Oh, foobar. So we'll kill off all this. And a lot of this can actually just disappear because, I mean, right now, this was where we used to have our old power system. So we don't actually need this part anymore, which is quite cool. Which means we can get rid of it. So, like, just block that bit up. What we need to do is block that bit up, and then what we'll do is just to keep things lit up, so that if we do ever need to come back down here, and to stop the groove from forming or doing whatever, we'll just light it up. So there we go. Right, so this bit here is now, I suppose it is needed for this machine. That might be a good idea, actually, is to actually have that machine, because, well, that's where I charge everything. So a good idea would be to put that on there. What have we got down there? I don't know what that is. And then pull the power up. There we go. See, these cables are kind of cool. There we go. Right, so do we need it that high? I don't think we do. I think we can get away with it lower. Sorted. Nice. Okay, so we can actually fill that gap in the floor, which is good. Which was bugging me for quite a long time. Right, so let's whack this in like so. We will connect up all of the machines that are on this level. Do we need one in there, or can we go under? We could probably get away with doing this just to make it look pretty. Do we want to do that though? Is it worth the extra couple of cables? Yes, it is. Okay, so we will then kill this and this and these ones. There we go. Right, cool. Okay, so now these will not connect to machines. Okay, so if you remember from the last time that we were doing the connections in the machines, we need connectors to actually connect to the machines. So we're going to put connectors on all of these machines. It doesn't really matter about naming these ones because, well, actually they're all going to accept power. So anything that's not an internal or a power supplier will just receive power. So it's not really a big deal if we don't name them. So I'm not going to. What I am going to do is just hook them up into the system above. So what we do need is, so we will, how are we going to do that? Oh, there we are. If we go across here, we want to go up. Bollocks. Get rid of that one. We should put a connector on there. That will then hook up all the machines. There we go. Sorted. Nice. Okay, so there's our power block. Okay, so if we select channel 1, we've got it obviously to energy. We click on that, there's our extraction. Ah, this is going to be annoying. Don't think I can get that button. Yeah. Okay, so that block we can get rid of, which is down there, I think. Let's go down and have a look. Yep, there we are. Okay, so we'll get rid of that block. That should free up that one slot then. Because we can always fix the ones that... I know that there's a lot of power stuff down here, but we can always fix that stuff. That's not a problem. Okay, so now what? Now what's there? Ah, that frickin' button. What's this one? Oh, the controller. But that's a controller. There's 2. Because I've done 2. We don't actually need 2. Aha! Wrench. That's input. Output. There we go. No, don't put it that way up. Let's forget I can fly. Right. So there's that. Now we'll put a 1 connector on there so that there's just one single connector, and we will go up from the floor, like so. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's the coffee machine. Well, that's fine because we've already got insert on that one. So we're extracting from here. Now we'll create an insert on that one. We'll create an insert there. We'll also create an insert for all of these things. And as you can hear, the machines have started up in the background, which means they were waiting for power. Which confirms those bloody cables don't work anymore. Damn. Hoping it might be just a glitch, but nope, they don't work anymore. Okay, so there we go. So this is getting more power than it currently requires. So that will slowly fill up the buffer, which is good. These buffers are already going. That's fine. This thing... yeah, okay. I wonder if we've got anything in here that we can disassemble. I did try these bloody sieves, but I need to get rid of them, really. I need to put them in the trash, I think. The sieves really do need to go in the trash. Anyway, so that's our power. So now we've got a localized network. And this is what I quite like about XNet, is this will work independent now of everything else. So I can hook up more machines to this controller and not have to worry about affecting anything else. Which is really cool, because now downstairs I can create another control. I know that that one's hooked to that one, but now I can get rid of all this cable, hook all of this stuff up there over there, and actually have a controller down here which runs through the floor, powering all of these things. And actually what I could do is I could use this one here, because we already have, I mean, there's no power in this, but we already have a channel for insert on this. So all I have to do really is create another one for power. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'm quite liking that idea. Because what we could do, we could take one of these away, actually. Yep. Because this crap don't work anymore anyway. So what I could do is take away that power cell. Put that over here. Just going to dig down in here for the moment because I need to reroute the power. And then I'll put the power cell. Good point. I need to. Right, okay, so I need to set that to output. Actually, all of these could be out. That would make a lot of sense. And that can go in there. Okay, so that's getting power. Excellent. Okay, so now I need some more connectors. Let's do four connectors. There we go. Okay, so now we've got 4 red connectors. Now this is going to be slightly different because this is a red cable, whereas underneath there, I think that's a different cable. So we need, this is an energy. We don't need energy for that one. We do, however, need energy for that one, so we'll insert it on there. We will insert that one and that one. Channel 2 energy. Yeah, see, this isn't. Okay, so That's not going to be energy. The third one. There we go. Energy. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So that would be an insert. That'll be an insert. That'll be an insert. All that. And that. Now, these must have to be on the same color network, which is green. So let's kill these off and get a couple of green connectors. So we get 2 green connectors. There we go. Now I'm guessing that underneath here there is a connector. Yeah, there is. There's a link here already. So what we could do is connect it up that way. There we go. Now we've got our power. Now we're on channel 3, which is energy. We don't need that one. That one's an insert. This one is our, there we go, extract, insert, 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 insert. Sorted. So now what we should see is we don't need these. We should be able to get rid of all this cable. Alright, we'll get rid of that bit in a minute. But what we should see now is, I know that this is horrible, and I really don't. Oh, it won't work. But that's not. That's going to keep its power, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. We need some canola. There we go. And canola seed. Oh, hang on. What's the recipe for this? Seeds. Okay, maybe I won't do that. Empowered something. Let's do some empowered something. No, let's not do it. Screw it. That should work. I mean, if I pick up this display stand and then just create another one. No, we'll just do one. Put that one over there. Create this one. This one should have no power whatsoever. No, that one doesn't have any power whatsoever. So it's the second one here. Put that on there. There we go. See? Perfect. Okay, so we know that the power is working on the distribution, which is absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what we needed it to do. So we've got that linked to the main power system. Now, okay, so it's dark. Excuse me. Yeah, it's dark. So at the moment, our backup or nighttime power is not working because of those bloody power cables. However, if we go back downstairs now, what we should see is the power system going back up. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we've got power on this part. The only part left to do really is the underfloor sections, which there's one here. I don't know where it goes. Guessing. Yeah. Okay, so it's to power. Yeah, it's to power the lava factory. Okay, so we need a light. Alright, so that's to power the lava factory. So we definitely need that one. How or what else we're going to need, really? It might be worth me digging a couple of channels. to kind of go around underneath just to make sure that there is power to everything. I mean, this thing doesn't need power because it's all hooked up to EF, and the refined storage has its own EF, input. So that's fine. That's 1000 RS a tick. This stuff again is hooked directly up to power cells, so again, not an issue. This doesn't need power, obviously. These do, and I'm guessing that the power comes from under the floor. Okay, so what we might need to do is just go down one more level. Put the torch down. Yeah, we're going to need to rip through the floor and just go nuts about moving all the power. Yeah, so okay, well, I'm going to do that off camera. You guys don't need to be here for the boring part of going through the floor, but I will show you guys exactly what we did at the end of it. However, by the next episode, all of this funky pink and black crap will have disappeared. We have got our XNet stuff sorted, and we've got XNet power, which is very, very cool. So yeah, not too shabby. Pretty straightforward of an upgrade or a change from version 23 to 26. Obviously, we had to put in digitalSyn craft, and we had to remove temporarily. We had to remove mechanism. However, once I've got rid of digitalSyn craft, or I fixed it, worked out exactly how to do that, then we can put that back in. So that's not a problem. We'll continue to try to put it back in next time. All right. So at the moment, though, that's exactly where we are. If you liked this video, then please hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, then hit the thumbs down. The content that I make is to entertain you, inform you, and, well, you love me and I love the sound of my boring voice. That's why I do it. No, it's not really. I do it because I enjoy it. If you don't like something, then hit the thumbs down by all means. However, put something in the comments. Just give me a hint about exactly what the problem was. Maybe it's something that I can fix. Maybe it's just me and my boring voice. Completely down to you. I'm not going to take offense to it because, well, it's a YouTube comment. It's your opinion, not mine. However, put it down. It might be something that I could change slightly, and you might like the next video. Whatever you do, please subscribe, because you never know. You might like the next video. You might like some of my previous videos. And hey, subscribing is always cool. Plus, it helps me. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can get an awesome channel name. How cool is that? So if you want to help out with that one, then please, please, please hit subscribe. If you want notifications of when I put new videos up, then hit that little bell icon as well. Just say hi in the comments. Come on, we've had 2 comments the last video. One of those was from the mod pack owner, which, Itchy, always good to hear from you. And from the other dude that voted. So come on, guys. Start some comments, You still haven't told me what to do with the bloody room upstairs. I mean, I've just kind of commandeered it, but I'm thinking that might not be the best place for all those machines. Anyway, whatever happens, you guys have been awesome. I've been Syntosis. Laters.